To see more videos, go to transformationmadeeasy.com.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
I'm interested in enlightenment. I hear the word a lot, and I wonder what it is.
Well, what do you think it is?
I think it's probably, a person is probably enlightened when they deal with each moment of their lives.
Let's talk about practical enlightenment. I know I'm interrupting you,
That's okay.
but the first thing that comes to mind when you ask the question, for you personally, I don't care about anybody else here. I don't care about the people listening. I mean, I do, but let's look at you. Because
Okay.
the esoteric question doesn't interest me. It interests me in relationship to you. And I would say the answer to that is, if you want to be enlightened, not as an esoteric question, but for you, you have to stop abusing your body.
Oh, yeah. I think you have to be aware of everything.
No.
No.
Let me tell
Okay.
you something.
Okay, go.
Whatever you think it is, it isn't. If you
Like
ask
that.
us a question and then you give us your answer as though your answer is the answer, if it were, you would have been enlightened a long time ago. It's not personal, Tom.
No, I know that, and I may be enlightened and just not know it.
Yes and no. Yes and no. There is the possibility that you are already enlightened, as in we are all already enlightened, except we haven't discovered the access way to our own enlightenment. So it may be like we have this amazing mansion that we live in, but we only have one room. And so we function in this one room, not realizing that there are doors to infinite possibility existing in this mansion, but we never see it. So yes, you are indeed already enlightened, but no, if you don't find the access way to your enlightenment, there is no enlightenment. Then it's just a mind
Game.
game.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Yes.
I like that.
The other thing is, when Ariel or I say something to you, you always seem to have a comeback answer. And I would suggest, what's the word I want? Well, I would just suggest, as honorably as I can, it's not honorable, but there's a word, that you, as humbly as I can, that you allow what's being said in, because your information that you have inside of you is a closed circuit of information. It's functioning through what you already know. See, God is speaking to you now. Leaves are falling from the heaven. So maybe you should let go, like that leaf, of what you already know, which you did perfectly, by the way. You just let it go through. And allow new information into this system, because you've been functioning through your own system called Tom. See, it was Einstein who said you cannot solve a problem from within the system that created the problem. And each of us are self-contained systems of function. We've been programmed by our culture, and everything we can imagine or know comes from within that culture. What is disgusting is a cultural disgust. What is beautiful is a cultural beautiful. So the authenticity of our own experience is determined not by our experience, but by our culture, until we're enlightened. And enlightenment happens when you become clear that this is the only moment there is, not in reference to your history, story, or past.
Now, I have to return to my initial statement, because left hanging out there, it sounds a little either harsh or abrupt or something. We took a turn from what I originally said, and about abusing your body. I've known you for many years. In fact, you played my father in the last show I did off Broadway. And I adore you. I just love you. I often want to just squeeze you.
You know, you could let that in. That she adores you and loves you.
Oh, I think I know that. I really like that.
That's you just demonstrated exactly what I said. That you said, I know that. You don't realize how much she loves you.
Perhaps not.
And when I see you so physically infirmed out of life choices you've been making, I find it painful. And it's...
Me too.
I'm sure you do. So I step back in general, and I don't say anything, because it's not my life. It's your life. You're God in your own universe. So, and at the same time, there's a part of me that really deeply wishes for you to move toward health as opposed to move toward unhealth, because I personally like to keep you around for a while.
I appreciate that, and I also welcome you saying anything about that to me. I really do.
Well, you frequently come and talk to us, Tom, about how this doctor or that doctor will tell you to lose the weight or stop other life habits, and you get people who really care about you to aggressively give you input, but I'm not sure that you listen in a way that begets action. The other thing is, may I say something very personal to you?
Sure.
You do not have to follow your wife so quickly.
Yes, I do.
I know she died an untimely death. I know when you started coming back around us, there was a part of you that was taking actions to follow her as quickly as you could. I'd suggest a different path.
It's not my conscious intention to follow her immediately to another dimension. I'm interested in my health and well-being, and I see where I haven't been.
Yes.
In the recent past. And
Yeah.
when I say recent past, I'm going back a few years. Sometimes when you take care of others, even if it's taking care of others, it can become a substitute for taking care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what I did.
Well, see, here's the thing. With transformation, or enlightenment, if you will, what you did in the past has very little relevance. What matters is how you're being in the current moment of your life. So we all have pasts. Now, through a psychological approach, your past determines your present moment. But with a transformational approach, it doesn't work that way. And with transformation, your past has absolutely no power over your life unless you give it such. Now, as far as your physicality, well, you've done things in the past that have produced what you have now, but from this point forward, you have choices.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Good.
Yeah. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Welcome.
For more information about the Kanes, their books and seminars, and the Premium Excellence Club, go to transformationmadeeasy.com.